Welcome to J Sports. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a day here at J Sports. The Golden Knights lost today. You know who else lost? The Cowboys lost today. But we're going to go over the game. We're going to go over the Knights game. It was all horrible from both teams. Both teams. At least the Golden Knights made a bit of an effort. They played like garbage. But let me on the Knights, but they played like garbage on the Cowboys too. Now let me go over these guys, the refs. The refs are awful. They screwed the Cowboys yet again. And look, there's plenty of blame here. Yes, and once again, I can go over that. But the refs, the Cowboys over. They did. And for those, they're just, they got love. Cough. They should have had a chance to win this game, and I'm talking about the Cowboys. And here's how it went down. It's late in the fourth quarter, right? There's about 4 minutes left on the clock, maybe even less. Cardinals are having long drives, running down the clock. It's a handoff to Chase Edmonds. He gets 6 yards. The ball gets ripped out, and the Cowboys recover. The officials rule it's down. I think it was a first down. The Cowboys can't challenge it because why? Well, why? Because the Cowboys ran out of timeouts. So they can't challenge it. But the refs, they can. And why? Well, remember this rule that the shitty officials of the NFL made. The refs, they're able to buzz down to New York to review the play, especially in this exact same situation. Okay? This is exactly why this rule was put into place. Because it's so that in a game, right? If there's a game-changing moment in this game, in any game, the officials in New York can alert them that, hey, you made a mistake. You made the wrong call. Fix the mistake. But they didn't. It just didn't happen. That is a massive, massive failure on the fucking referees, on the officials. They had one goddamn job and they didn't and couldn't do it. You are the referee. You know what your job description is. Your job is to call games, not just balls and strikes, but to make the right call. Everyone's, oh, Jason, you're making too big of a deal. They make mistakes. They're just refs. Too many times they've done this. Too many times. If they can't see it on the field, if there's a play, maybe they can't see it. Okay, hey, they're human. There's only so many cameras. Guess what? That's why the officials in New York are there. They can see it all from any angle they want to. They could do it from this camera, that camera, the camera here, the camera. Any camera. They literally, this is not the year 2000. This is not the year 1978 where it was just a couple cameras and a truck filming this whole thing. There's so many cameras. It's just awful. It's just awful. But, I don't know. All I have to say is, fuck the refs. They ruined it for the Cowboys, the Bucks, the Raiders, and now in this game. The refs have had too much of an impact in those games and in this one. So, the one last thing I'll say about the refs is we need to take their paychecks, rip them the fuck apart, and say, all right, make the right calls or you won't get your pay. That's how they're going to start doing this. I don't want to hear the loved ones, the refs have loved ones, the refs have this. I don't give a damn what the refs have. I don't give a damn about the police. I don't give a damn what they have. I don't care that they have a family. They are here in this job. This is their job. Now let's talk about the ground game. It was awful today. Dak Prescott, he was the only one who could, run the ball all game long today. It was, and yet he had that penalty because of the fumble. He goes back and it was a fumble and then Arizona recovers. I think it was even first down or second. It was first down. I think it was a 5-yard penalty too. So a penalty. The passing game was, diddly squat. It killed them. 6 of 14 on third downs. That's a major deal for the Cowboys, and it killed them. Early penalties totally killed all drives in the game for them, in the beginning. And look, I'll say this. You cannot convert a bunch of third and longs. That's not how the NFL teams are going to operate. And you're trying that? Oh, come on. The Cowboys, they had so many third and sevens. And at that point, look, you're asking for your quarterback to give you a miracle, to pull off a miracle. And yet he couldn't. He couldn't do it. And yet you still kept going. Oh, man, this was not only a garbage game by the Cowboys, but a sloppy one at that. It's just awful. Now, the defense was not good. I don't have anything good to say. They weren't their best. They weren't even close to being their best. This was a game where it's like, okay, well, now the offense was bad. They had one good game. The defense has had every game that was good from week 1 till week 16, and now they're sucking. They allowed 25 points. 3 of those came off the Dak Prescott fumble, of course. And, you got some stops. You got key stops, but not enough and not always, not all game long. So many times it was, Parsons couldn't get him. Oh, Diggs couldn't get him. Oh, Schultz couldn't get him. Oh, this guy couldn't. It's just, come on. My God. It's like they didn't come to play. Now, the Cowboys have a massive issue on second and third and long and, letting other teams get those plays. This is such a huge issue. And look, it's going to ruin them. You can't imagine the playoffs with the Cowboys and see them advancing when they're playing like this. Now, on the defense, again, they can run the ball on the outside, but not on the inside. The whole thing was just awful. Now, Michael Gallup, I have to talk about this. He was injured, and look, they need him. Now, what happened? He, I guess, had a torn ACL. There was an update, and he had a torn ACL, and, it was just awful to see. He's out for the season. We need him there. And the fact that this is happening right now, he was already out 7 weeks with that calf injury. Look, I think he's going to be out millions of dollars. I think the NFL is going to go, look, do we really want to have you? And other teams are going to go, you're just a liability. And these players, he was about to get life-changing money that could help his family. All these players that could help them and their families. Now they're going to lose out on millions with all these injuries. But the most important thing for us Cowboy fans is that he's out, and Cowboys need to figure this out. They brought in Cedric Wilson, but oh, God. Now, Greg Zuerlein. He was awful, and he is awful. He is a problem for the team. We've lost multiple games because of him. They've lost 3 games for a combined 8 points. 3-3-2. Greg Zuerlein has left 14 points on the board in those games, and he failed at his job and cost Dallas so many games. And he did it again today. He's going to do it again if you keep him there. And, of course, Dallas will, because Dallas will. They don't learn their damn lesson. But it's a problem for Dallas. And, look, he will cost Dallas in the playoffs. There will be a moment in time where he needs to be the hero, and he's just never going to be the hero. My God. Let's go into my man, Dak Prescott. 24 of 38. That's 63%, 223 yards. I guess 3 touchdowns under average. And the fumble was a bad move on him. It's a real problem. Now, look, was he completely awful and just a terrible quarterback? No. That's Taylor Heineke on Washington's side. This was just not a good game for him. Now, it's also a problem that his receivers can't catch anything. Or actually, they can catch. Dalton Schultz did. He did good on that. But they keep dropping the ball. I can't tell you how many times I saw the receivers or somebody else catching the ball, and they dropped it. And they dropped it. And they dropped it. Oh, come on. Now, he had a couple of missed throws, talking about Dak Prescott, to people like Amari Cooper, too. He throws to the end zone. There's nobody there. He thought Amari Cooper was going to do a certain motion, but apparently Amari Cooper didn't do it. I mean, he's not a mind reader either. You just have to read it, man. You have to read it. Read the plays. Dalton Schultz, he was good at catching the ball, so there you go, but also very good at dropping it. You really shouldn't have him blocking Chandler Jones. Don't have him blocking Chandler Jones. He's a good inline blocker. He's not good in the space, though. Let's go over the running backs here. I have my script here, and it's okay. So, Zeke Elliott and Tony Pollard. Tony Pollard, 3 carries, 9 yards. Zeke Elliott, 9 carries, 16 yards. Look, Zeke Elliott did not have a good game. It was awful for him. It was just not good. Tony Pollard was better despite the numbers, in my opinion. The O-line, gets some blame when it comes to that, right? But in that kind of play, but look, we cannot avoid the talk about the 2 brutal, awful, horrible, terrible, stupid, awful, god-awful drops by these 2 a-holes on the team. Elliott and Pollard, both in the chest. Although Pollard did have the 31-yard play on that trick play by Wilson, it makes him look better than he actually was, and that's a problem there. They were just awful like the rest of the team. No, I don't have anything good to say. Micah Parsons, he's always going to be my guy. He was right. This was a statement game, but in a negative way. He didn't get any sacks, but he did get 2 tackles for loss, and he was like this close to getting another TFL, a third. Let's talk about LVE, Leighton Vander Esch. He, look, after his first drive, he settled in all right. He had a couple tackles or whatever. Trayvon Diggs, 3 tackles. They didn't throw too much to him, which is, hey, good for them. But, he did have a double move that did hurt the Cowboys, and no interception there. Jordan Lewis, here's the thing. He missed the second half. I guess he had left the game. Kelvin Joseph came in on the outside. Antonio Brown, he moved inside into the interior. I don't know if he was benched. I don't know if he was injured. Maybe I don't know if they just decided, hey, maybe not Lewis. Let's get these guys in. That was a mistake. There just wasn't really like a Gallup moment, like a Michael Gallup moment. So we'll have to see there. Now the playoff picture, look, they failed. They failed at their job. They were supposed to get closer to that number 1 seed so they could be in that 3-way tie with the Bucks and the Rams. They didn't do it, and it's their fault, completely their fault, and the refs. So, look, they're going to go to the number 4 seed now. I do not see them getting to number 3. They would need multiple teams to lose to even get to number 2. It's just not going to happen. The Bucks won today over the Jets. And look, I mean, Oscar Montiel, for a great friend of the channel, he says that, both mine, but, he says that the Bucks need him. I don't know. Let me know in the comments if you think so. Overall, what a terrible game by the Dallas Cowboys. What a terrible game thanks to the refs. But hey, what can you expect? I'm going to let you know right now, the Cowboys are not going to go to the Super Bowl. Okay, come on. Not with this kind of horrible, terrible playing. God awful. Your job is supposed to have the Cardinals down by at least a score or 2 scores so that they can't touch you. They can't catch up to you. And it's not left up to the officials to call it for you, to call the game or to see if you win. You can't rely on the officials. They're dicks. They're never going to help you. You saw it today. So if they get to the wild card game, which they are, I see them losing. They'll play the Saints. That's what's going to happen. It's going to come down to if they win out against the Eagles. They're going to win out, possibly. I don't care anymore. They're going to lose in the first round. If they go past the second round, I'll be shocked and disgruntled because they're just going to put us through more hell and misery and trying to give us hope. But they'll for sure be knocked out in the second round. Do you think the Cowboys are going to go to the third round? You got to be kidding. You got to be a naive fan. So, there you go. Terrible game by the Cowboys, as always. So, make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. Press that post notification bell so you never miss another one of these videos. I can't talk. And I've got quite a bit of videos coming up about the Cowboys. I got another one coming up about up about the Golden Knights. They're going to play even more games and lose. And yeah, we got a lot coming up on the channel. So I'll see you soon.